And they, okay, so we have got,
Okay. Yes.
Vladimir is here.
yes.
I should come later, I guess.
Just to
No.
listen into the conversation.
No, not that. I mean, that you have time to really communicate. It's also important. Otherwise, I jump in and I feel always guilty that I interrupt.
No.
No, you're not interested. We were talking about the Delhi Ashram celebration yesterday. Kinship
Yes.
was.
Yeah, right.
Yes, lovely. Would love to know how was it?
It was, as usual, very good. And people now have all joined back, all the corona scare is over. So,
Yeah.
sizable crowd. Then we have this, I don't know whether you have seen it when you were in Delhi. We have this meditation hall pretty big.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I've seen.
yeah,
Yeah.
so there Tara Didi reads from Savitri. Some other people also give some lectures. There's some music, and that's it. And they light the lamps throughout the ashram, large lamps, so it looks very nice in the
Beautiful.
night.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Nice. It's a very special day. Yeah.
it is, yes.
The most beautiful day, actually. Yes, the birth of Sri Aurobindo and the mother, just a little higher for us, but
Yes,
otherwise,
yes.
it's the third in the rank.
Yes.
Vladimir, I loved your mantra yesterday with the fire.
Yes.
Oh, I
Beautiful.
missed that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was from the film, yes, Aspiration, which we created
Yes. Beautiful.
with Volcano.
I know.
Yes. Sends you
Okay.
off into a different world.
One has to think, do you want really that fire? Looking at volcano erupting. It's something of that kind, yes. It's a big change. We have to be kind of ready for it.
True.
And in Hyderabad, there was a play, a production by Institute of Human Studies. I don't know if you know Ananda Reddy, his sister Challamai Reddy.
Yeah.
She was the one wrote the script. So it was the Divine Adesh. The whole play was on that. And my mother was guest of honor. So for the first time, I saw a huge photograph of Sri Aurobindo and my mother lighting lamp over there. It was such a moment for me. I mean, and we all were there to see. And there was a theater company as well as the students from the school. They kind of merged it and created that. And for the first time, there was a function in India where it started with the national song, Vande Mataram.
Oh, nice.
And otherwise, you always have the national anthem or something.
Yes.
And most of us knew, so we were singing. That was so nice. And they had the scene of the making the bombs, and that's in one of my lifetimes. I was part of that.
Really?
So, yes, that's my connection. Otherwise, in this birth, I know so little. Everybody knows. Vladimir also. So I had that, oh my God, my whole body was like, because I'd never seen visually the scene, in real life. And because they had the projector screen at the back, so they saw this, and there was a boy who was acting, a man who was acting as Sri Aurobindo, and he had the same body height and same body, structure. And then they were making the bombs, and then the screen was showing things, and later on the jail scene, it was something. It was quite a thing. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
It's a lovely school, actually. I've been there. They made such beautiful exhibition of paintings on Sri Aurobindo and the mother. The kids, incredible. They are so talented.
Wow.
They're now making an exhibition on all the qualities from all the children's perspective. And then they also want to do the God's Hour. They want, we are talking about it. I don't know.
Oh, you will make something there. Oh, lovely, lovely.
I don't know yet because I want a lot of freedom. I'm the hardcore artist. I can't work in a school system.
Oh, sure. But with kids, it will be fun.
With kids. No, not with kids. Not with kids. With professional actors and dancers.
Oh, okay.
because the God's Hour is such a difficult poem, like how
Yeah.
it's dramatic. So let's see. They want to do on 24th April.
It's a very powerful text. You can make it very beautifully.
Mm. Let's see, whatever.
Okay.
All right, let us look into the text we left here. Number 6. Okay, let's start with mantra. Om Vang me manasi pratishtita, mano me vachi pratishtitam, aviravirma edi, vedasyama anistha, shrutam me ma prahasi, anena dhitena horatran samdadhami ritam vadishyami satyam vadishyami tanmamavatu tadvaktaramavatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So we have 4 more verses to finish the hymn. Suve ayastubhyam dama abhibhati. Namo vadasha tushato anudyun. Vardho agne vayo asya dvibarha. Ya sadraya saratham yam junasi. Sue a yach tubhyam dame a bhati. This is one extra syllable, vibhati. So literally Sri Aurobindo, let's read Sri Aurobindo's translation. He who kindles the light for thee in thy home, in thy own home, suvedame, and offers obeisance of surrender day by day, and thy desire is towards him, Ushatach. Mayst thou in thy twofold mass, Dvibarha, increase Vardhach, his growth, Vayach, Asya, he whom thou speedest in one car with thee. Junasiyam Saratham, may he travel with the reaches. Yasat Raya. So just identified the text with the translation for you. And then word by word. Sue ayach tubiyam dame. In one's own home, who for you tubiyam avibhati shines, literally, shines onto, or shines within, or illumines, who illumines one's own home for you, who lights up for you one's own home, literally. Namo Vadashat, and who is surrendering to you, Ushatach, desiring, Anudyun, day by day. Sri Aurobindo translates desiring him, so to say, and thy desire is towards him. So you want the person who lights up his house, his own house for you, and who is at the same time giving himself to you, or offers obeisance of surrender day by day, Anudyun. Interestingly, that div, dune, all these words are used in terms of days, mainly days and not nights. Yeah? But it includes also, I think, nights. Yes, day by day means it's a question whether it includes nights or not. Yeah? So we do not know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So maybe here it is actually day by day means in every time we have a light. Yes. Every time we are aware in our consciousness, this is the day. In the night, we become unaware, as it were. Unaware, as it were. So it's in connection to our sleep course. Whether we should be aware. We should be aware in the night also. And it is considered that fire burns in the night. When all the lights are gone, so to say, there is no Surya. Of course, stars are there, but sometimes there are no stars also, no moon, nothing is there, just darkness. And then only fire is there still lit. Yeah, it's the one immortal among mortals. He is always there. So for whom we light up our house, what does it mean? We illumine our own house for whom? He is illumining our house, but we are doing it for him. For whom? It's a kind of a question, yes? It shouldn't be that way. It should be other way around. He illumines for us our house, but we kind of light up for in our house for him. What does it mean, vibhati, in this case? What do you think? I was thinking today about this, why it is said in this way and not who lightens up for us our house, yeah? To whom we surrender everything. That would be more kind of reasonable, but no, for whom in our house we make the light. How can we make the light without him? He is the light of our house.
Through aspiring, is it?
Maybe.
Surrender?
Yeah, well, it's said, yes, and to whom we surrender, yeah, who wants us. Intuitively, I feel that we have to desire that light, yeah. So literally desiring the light in our own home, for whom, yeah, we want his light in our house, like that. But it is just a first kind of sense of feeling. But you may have something else. Yes, Kinshuk.
So somewhere I had read in Sri Aurobindo's writing itself that Agni's own home is the heaven, which is on top of our head. And this could be something about, so when we light up our intellect, possibly, that is what I was thinking of. So his own home, we are lighting up, is a bit of a
Yes, but it is
question.
sva, svedame yach, who in one's own home vibhati shines for him, literally. Yeah? So it is not in his own home, it is who in his own home shines for you. Maybe it can be translated who as a fire, not as a person, but we translate as a person who kindles. Sri Aurobindo translates the light for thee in thy own home and office, base and source of surrender day by day. By thy desire is towards him, and thy desire is towards him. May thou in thy twofold mass increase his growth. So it is the person.
Who is the thy here? Agni or us?
It is the one, yeah, the person, he who kindles, yeah, in thy own home, and thy own, for thee in thy. I look, Shivendra translates like you are translating. He who kindles the light for thee in thy own home. Yes, he translates it. I didn't see it. I translate from the text. In the text, it is obvious
Swe,
who.
Swedame, yeah. Swedame, in his own home. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's in thy own home. Yes, he.
I think the home is the heart. So in my heart is this flame rising for him, but he's the one who's illuminating it. And when I grow and my light shines, actually it is to him that it's through me he's growing. I mean,
No, somewhere it says Agni kind of rises to go to his own home, which means he rises up into the intellect to our top of our head or something. That's the sense
maybe
I
I've got
got it.
from the heart to the
The heart to
heavens.
the head. Yeah, heart to the heavens, that kind of thing.
I mean,
Maybe it radiates the buddhi.
Yes, that's the sense, I think.
Mm,
It's,
good. Well,
it's get, uh, Vladimir, it's getting more and more complex. Remember last time we were discussing about the archer and the flaming arrow and stuff.
yeah.
So I did some research on that. And it seemed to me there are so many choices. So the archer could be Rudra, because normally Rudra is defined as the archer.
Mhm.
And throughout the earlier hymn, not this one, I saw that they are talking about the birth of the Maruts. I thought so, which means the sons of Rudra from, Agni changes color from white to red.
Mhm.
That's what they are kind of talking about in the earlier hymn. That's what I thought.
Mhm.
But it's kind of, because I said Indra last time, so I just wanted to correct that impression. It's probably not Indra. It was incorrect. It's probably something to do with the birth of the Maruts, which means he gets the energy to flame higher. And this one also talks about rising to his own home. So it's kind of connected.
Mhm. Yeah, we can also, archer can be any one of these, yes. It can be also the sun is the archer.
Yes. Yes.
And all those godheads, kshatriyas mainly, not only, but maruts also can be. Wait a minute, let me open Asta. Astri. The arch, maybe the dictionary will give us some, no, nothing. Dictionary is silent, okay. Yeah, well, right. It could be Rudra because Rudra is his father and he is the source of Agni, the archer.
If you go to, where are we? We are in 72.
Oh, 71, 05. I just moved to archer here, the previous what you were saying. Srijata sta darashata vidyum asmai. Because of vidyum, it's misleading because Indra is also releasing this lightning. Shivendra even doesn't translate who it is. It can be
There is-
also heaven.
They are describing some process, if you go through 71, 7104, 7108, I just looked at it, and they are describing some change in Agni, some kind of a qualitative change of his receiving energy from somewhere, and his changing color or something. Flaming red he becomes somewhere. So there is something is happening over here in these two verses.
Yeah, if it to take this number 4.
Number 4, yes. Then he becomes the shining conqueror in every house. Something.
Becomes white. and conquer.
So
Grihe grihe shiyeto geniyo bhut. Yeah, there is some processes going on, which is
some process is going on. Exactly. Sorry for taking you back, but I just thought because last time
no,
I
absolutely.
pointed out
We
wrongly.
need,
So
I don't think you pointed wrongly. It's one of the versions, and which is fine because we do not know until we kind of text reveals itself. Yeah, the text works in a very mysterious way. It kind of tunes you in where you start seeing things. Yeah, it's not in accordance with the text you have to see. It kind of leads you somewhere where you start seeing something more. We do not find the total match one-to-one. It's not on the logical level. Sri Aurobindo says Veda is not logical. It doesn't even bother about satisfying mental kind of need for systematic, match. It does something to us. I don't want to be so mysterious because I like logic also. But I must say that it works because it opens one and then the other truth. And then when you start seeing visions which are meaningful to you, really meaningful, and all other passages coming to you, they are all filling in, then it means it works. That's much I know. The rest, of course, this is such a great highest experience in human evolution of consciousness. Nobody has. These are the rishis of the Veda. After all, they brought this knowledge from the beginning of our manvantara and put it here for us to follow. So what they put into it was more holistic, more profound meaning, which acts upon our consciousness in such a way that we remember what we are here for, where we are coming from. We start recollecting other things which even are not in the hymn. Yeah, they don't speak about that, but they lead us to that, gate through which we start seeing something. This I saw many times. And then you forget the hymn, but you remember the state of consciousness. Yeah?
sorry. Thank you, Pradimit. I think I delayed you guys, everybody.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't. You brought it forward. Very good point. So Archer can be the Rudra, most probably, because it is his father. But the Didyut, this shining, well, could be shining, because Rudra is also the great archer. Sri Aurobindo didn't give us kind of a hint who it is. There is also heaven, the great Diao. He is also archer. He is shooting his arrow to earth, and he pierces the earth, and the earth is conceiving from his piercing of lightning from heaven. This is the most ancient Indo-European myth of heaven conceiving the earth with the lightning. Parjanya then comes in. Parjanya with his lightnings and bringing the seed of heaven as the rain. Rain is conceiving the earth and greenery grows. So this is the imagery, the symbol also is used. Great. All right, number 6. Still are here with this who is who. So Sri Aurobindo follows Kinshuk's suggestion, actually, that this is his own means thy own. He translates sva, sovedame, in his own home for Agni, not for the person. It's true. Usually it is about Agni. I translated it wrong. In his own home, I translated it from the text, who lights you. In his own home, who lights you, and who aspiring surrenders to you day by day. For him, or Agni, double the life force. Hmm. But how would you understand he who kindles the light for thee in thy own home? That means we kindle the fire.
With our clearing intellect, with the ghee,
Very
with
good.
so
Then my translation is also not totally incorrect. In his own home who lights you.
yes.
It's interesting. First it was incorrect, now it's okay. Slowly we drift to the right position. So basically we are kindling the fire. Yes, it
Home
is.
the body?
Hmm?
So is home the body?
Um,
Physical body?
it's the place where the fire is burning. I would, in integral yoga, I would say the one who bridges from your place of burning to the front, yeah, that who is kindling you in his own home. Means kindling, we cannot kindle the one who is always flaming there, immortal among mortal. So, but we can kindle him in the place where he has to come, so to say. We can bridge him, we can bring him forward. I'm stuck with this idea, you know. That's why kind of maybe it's obvious who kindles, but we can't kindle the soul. It is always there, flaming. Yeah? That fire is always lit. But we can kindle something. Yeah? So
The material of our brain.
yes, our brain, our heart is not totally kindled. Yes, it is in the darkness, and deep within there is a fire, and that fire has to be. So those who, well, how to say, those who try to bridge you and to bring your light forward, kindle your light in the darkest spaces of their home. Yeah? Bringing you from your home to our home, you who is the guest in us, to the place where you are not yet flaming, yeah, and who gives total obeisance of surrender to you desiring him already, day by day. May thou, in thy twofold mass, that's how Sri Vendrata says, increase his growth. May thou increase his growth, double his growth. And may he travel with the riches together in one chariot with you. So this is the traveling in the chariot with you. It's all that crossing the bridge, crossing the abyss, coming to the front, coming to the regions where the fire is not lit, not shining. So we have those kind of spaces in us, rooms, which have to be lit.
So Vladimir, what is this twofold mass?
Yeah, it's many times they use this word. Somehow rishis love this dvibaraha. Yeah, double expansion, literally. I don't know why double, not triple, some quadruple. Maybe double because there are two hemispheres, you know. There is a light hemisphere of our full awareness, and there is a hemisphere we are not aware of the divine. So when it becomes double, it means that both hemispheres bear the light of the divine.
Yes.
Maybe. Everything is maybe here, because there is no explanation. And if you look into Sayana's explanation or any other, you will be surprised. Maybe we should bring Sayana in. It would be interesting to see, because he will give his own. And sometimes they are very intuitive. Not all the time they are very ritualistic, but mainly it is ritualistic and, truly speaking, very rarely coherent. Yeah? That the whole hymn becomes meaningful in one psychological sense. It's more meaningful in application to rituals. I stopped reading Sayana when I saw that he doesn't help, really. I would rather go with Sri Aurobindo. But I did a lot of work with Sayana before, because I was curious to see what, especially Brahmanas, because this Brahmanic literature is actually the explanation of the Rig Veda in some way. And Sayana takes everything from Brahmanas and puts into his interpretation.
Vladimir, what you said about two hemispheres seems to make a lot of sense to me.
Mm.
Because if Agni is really becoming a messenger and going in his chariot towards his own home, which is the heaven, then he is leaving a piece of him over here, one mass, and the other mass is the heavenly mass. So twofold mass also makes sense with the two hemispheres um, idea. And he is traveling in a chariot, which we are normally not supposed to travel in, but now let us be allowed to travel in with the riches. Something like that is.
And
Which,
this, yeah.
Could the chariot be also the physical body in which we have now lit Agni in our intellect and, purified it? And therefore the chariot could be, the purified physical with the riches, with all the treasures of that Agni can give.
I never thought of it. I thought about Agni's chariot, but it could be that it is exactly that chariot,
What would be
which is
Agni's?
Agni's chariot, yes.
Yeah, because I don't know what would be Agni's chariot per se. I mean, is it a chariot? Then how does it translate here?
Right. Chariot in general in the Rig Veda is something very unique. It requires horses, yes?
Yes.
There cannot be a chariot without horses. And those horses' powers, the divine powers, which move the location of the devata, of the deity, from one region to the other, over the space where that presence of the divinity is not available. Yeah, so it has to cross over the spaces to reach somewhere to someone who is located somewhere in the place where there is no divinity and reach him. So chariot is doing that work of location, safe location of the devata or deity to carry it to the. So when you join the chariot of the divinity, that means you are moving still, it's in my mind, you're moving still in the not transformed world, yes, with the divinity, with the divine consciousness, overviewing things, moving wherever you want with the divine consciousness. So you acquired a certain quality, individual divinity within you, which stays in spite of being in the darkness or in the place where there is no divine outside you or around you. let us
Can
say.
we acquire divinity without any form of transformation in us?
Well, we are transformed because we are in his chariot, yes.
Right.
But around us, we live in the society, in the family, on earth, among creatures who have no idea about it. But you are in that chariot. You are in his domain, and his domain is in the domain where he should not be. You know? So this what I thought about chariots.
Okay, thank you. That makes it clear. Thank you.
And your idea that this is our body is very interesting in one regard, that if we are the chariot, and later it is so in Katha Upanishad and in Gita, in the Gita they speak about chariot as our body. So, and in that sense, of course, if we look from the highest philosophical point of view, then the embodiment of the divinity is the chariot. And so to move in this chariot with him, either with his in his chariot or within our chariot, we move with him. Yeah, and there is no big difference in a way, because it is the same. We are with him. Yeah? And if we look at ourselves, then we will see that we revealed the divinity within us, and that's we are moving in his chariot or he moves in our chariot. There is no difference then. Who moves in whose chariot? Because we are together. And so we are the chariot. We are the carrier of the divine. So
Sorry.
I like this idea. It's a good idea, actually. A new, unexpected.
Sorry, can that be like if the identification is made right, means the light or the Agni within these bodies or these chariots, whose chariot, who am I? So once we recognize ourselves with the light, then the chariot becomes off light. So we are not a
Absolutely.
separate entity. We are not a separate entity.
Absolutely. Lovely. Absolutely lovely what you said. Yes, there is no more discrepancy. There's no more difference. There's his chariot is mine and mine chariot is his. Beautiful. So you see, chariot brought us somewhere in a new psychological dimension. So we become the carrier of the fire. We move with him in one chariot, which is our body. And it is his chariot now, not ours.
And the horses could be all the vasanas and all the, like you were mentioning, the horses like Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh. So they try to take the chariot in different directions, but with the mind or a quietened mind, if we fix them to move in the right direction and be with the Agni or with the real being, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes totally. It's from Katha or from Gita, yes, the same idea. The horses are like Indriyas. They are moving behind. They are all after the object of sense, yes. And you have to direct them. The manas is actually the reins, and the buddhi is the charioteer, and the one who sits in the chariot is the self, the Atman. That's the whole vision of later post-Vedic imagery. But most probably it is taken from the same idea that you can be a location of the divine. Even if around you there is no such transformation yet. And most probably this is the way how the divine chose to embody itself or to manifest itself in the world through individual. Firstly, in the individual consciousness, it has to be revealed. It has to be manifested, and then it can take over the rest. So through psychic being, in other words. Great. And moving with his chariot and riches, chariot with riches. This is important, yes. Because all the divine riches are there with him.
Vladimir, did you say you can be a location of the divine? Did I hear it right?
Right, and that is what we.
It's a very good dialogue. So I just wanted to make sure I got it right. Thank you.
Yes. We are the location. We are meant to be a location for the divine. The carriers, the chariots. Agnim vishva abhi prikshach sachante samudram na sravatach sapta yahvih najami bhih vichikite vayono vidadevesho pramatim chikitvan. All satisfactions cleave to the fire as the 7 mighty rivers join the ocean. Our growth of being has not been perceived by thy companions. Our growth of being has not been perceived by thy companions. But thou, who hast perceived, impart to the gods thy knowledge. Very difficult to understand, yeah? Okay, let's go word by word. I will translate also read my. All satisfactions gather around the flame. Like 7 mighty rivers flow to ocean, our life force is not gathered, perceived by the relatives, literally, born with us together in the same time, is not known, is not clear to everyone who is in this time what we are here for, let us say. Find our aspiration in the Godheads. That will explain what we are here for. Who fixes, you who fixes our consciousness in the gods. This is Agni. So Agni is actually representing our aspiration towards the future, our drive on the way. Yes? And this, he knows where to go. We do not know. It cannot be explained to us by anyone, by any force in this time. You know? Today, we do not know what will happen in 1,000 years, yeah? Or in 10,000 years. We don't think so far, but we are here for the next, many, many years to come. So we are playing a particular role here, working out a particular mission, dealing with particular forces, but nobody can really perceive it. This is how I understand. Najami bhih vichikete vayonach. Our bias is an interesting word, extension. Our kind of what we call the age, our age extension cannot be perceived or seen in detail by Jami Bih, by those who are born with us together, by relatives. So Vida, discover, literally, Deveshu, in the gods, Pramatim. Pramatim, I will come to this term more. Our aspiration, our thought forward, find our intention in the gods, literally. Chikitvan, you who know our concentration, what we are here for, our aim. The one who knows our aim, find our intention forward in the gods. So if we discover flame within us, if we kindle and bring it forward, if we bring forward the psychic being, we will know our intention, what we are here for. Until now, we don't know. It's like very hazy. Yeah? Somewhere in the Buddhi, we know that we are for higher meaning in life. But when you come down, down, there are different meanings. What we are here for. We are here for this, for that, for something else. We forget the higher meaning, then we remember it, and then we constantly ongoing process for looking of the aim of life. You remember Mother's, the life without the aim is a miserable life, because you just live like the same as Krishna says, Indriya Ramo Mogham Partha Sajivati. Yes? The one who is the embodiment of the satisfaction of senses lives in vain. So this is the life without the aim is only one, to satisfy the senses. So you're just running for this, you earn money, and then you have to be in comfort, have enough food, have enough health. So you're basically existing, surviving. But there is nowhere to go. There is no aspiration. There is no pramati. There is no intention forward other than just satisfaction of senses. And this is a miserable life. So please find in the gods, in the higher divine forces of consciousness, our pramati, our intention to move forward, our drive, our meaning, our aim. You who know, who has knowledge. Chikitwan. Interesting first line. Agnim Vishva Prikshach Sachanti Abhi. So to Agni, all the mixed satisfactions, literally, or mixed satisfactions. This is the problem of these words. All the mixtures cleave to Agni or cling to Agni. All the mixtures, they want to come, all varieties of movements are seeking flame. Why? Why everything is seeking the divine flame? Even without maybe knowing, wanting it, but still seeking it. There is something is put into this statement. They're all like koans, like paradoxes of some kind. And why 7 mighty rivers should join the ocean? These ideas, why the smaller leans to bigger, wants to the fulfillment in the final, in the absolute. All the satisfactions are seeking the absolute satisfaction. They are not satisfied until they are totally satisfied. No, it makes totally sense, but why we are always dissatisfied, Sri Aurobindo says, with whatever our desires are realized, we are always dissatisfied at the end. Because, and he explains this so beautifully, because we expected much more. We thought that my realization of my desire will give me the fulfillment, finally, that fulfillment, that Agni to which all these satisfaction cling to. They want absolute divine realization. That's those smallest streams. They seek the ocean. They think that now I arrived at the ocean and they see, oh, it's a small pond. Oh, it's nothing, just drying up. And that's it. Where is the ocean? Where is the infinity?
So we are seeking to break our limitations, actually, and become the vast, the infinite. That's why the rivers are seeking the ocean.
Right.
And in us, the gunas, maybe the gunas through which we try to satisfy desires, and never really end up. These lower prakriti, the lower gunas have to be transformed.
Or maybe burnt by the Agni.
Transformed.
Yeah, burnt, transformed, sacrificed. These are all synonyms in a way in our thinking. Yeah.
Transformed to a larger purpose of life.
Right. In one of the passages, Mother speaks about discussing this absolute desire, absoluteness of the desire, that it is never satisfied, pointing us out to the highest aim of reaching to the divinity. It's amazing dialectics in a way, if you think of it. Why the desire is never satisfied? Because it is meant actually to help us, push us, like these rivers to the ocean, pushes us to realize finally that in time we cannot realize the divine immediately because there is no instruments, but still that karma which pushed through death and darkness and inconscient, the life, it's this force, yes, that is that eros. First it is an eros, the power of erotic kind of kundalini which breaks through the darkness. It is reaching up and becomes more and more sublime, more and more purified, until it is establishing finally the divinity in manifestation. So this, this total dissatisfaction and search for the absolute satisfaction is pointing us towards the divinity. So this is amazing, how simple it is. So here in this one line, we can see this, that all the mixed form of satisfaction, priksh, is from prich, to mix. Yeah, parka, you have this, samparka, the word in Hindi maybe also. Mixture, madhuparka, you have this, the mixture with the honey. Yeah. And this mixed forces, they all Vishwa Prikshah Sachante, they're leaning upon, they are clinging, they are cleaving to Agni. They want to be not, as you rightly said, also purified, transformed, burnt. Yeah, they want to find their divinity in themselves, in their own clinging towards the truth. Though they are seeking self-satisfaction for now, because the whole kind of surrounding is like this. Instruments are given only these, so they cannot claim for more, but they're seeking more, like the rivers. And nobody, the intention or our extension cannot be perceived by our immediate present with us beings, or with our immediate inborn, our faculties cannot be understood. Yeah? May he find our intention in the gods, the knower. This is amazing if you think in psychological terms what it could mean.
Hmm. It could also mean because all this is happening in the inner self. So, like in the subtle body, all these changes. And so how is the gross body? It runs externally, it seeks outside, but the subtle body has other means of finding it through aspiration, which is a subtle feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a material, gross, objective thing. It's subjective. So through the growth of these inner aspirations and powers, that's why the outer doesn't know what's going on inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also in Savitri, I remembered Sri Aurobindo says that the gods, by their very indifference to mortals, create in us the yearning for the divine.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are indifferent to us. So we yearn for the divine. He says that in Savitri.
Nice. These are hints which are coming from this complex embodied truth, which is kind of becoming on the way in time, because we are growing from the inconscient to the superconscient. Can you imagine how many varieties of relations we may have, how many interferences from the higher and lower realms we may have? And our body is unique in one particular regard, that it is actually, though we say that it is inertia, that it is something unconscious, yes, it is in certain, because we inherited it, we build it from the material form. But at the same time, it has the capacity of being true to the divine. Mother speaks about this. And we are misled, our bodies are misled by vital forces mainly, not by the body itself. Body is a great servant. And if we remove this influence of the vital desires, cravings, and all those distortions, perversions, thoughts which are supporting those vital forces because they work together, thoughts are also kind of interwoven into the tapestry of desires. It's mainly desires are leading thoughts, not thoughts desires. So if we could make this free our bodies from the vital influence and cravings, the body becomes a pure servant of the divine force. In the Veda, they speak about the body and the mind, Dhyava Prithivi, or Dhyava Bhumi, Dvandva constant, two of them, as mental and physical consciousness, Shivanda says. As two luminous realms or two luminous foundations, Rodasi. They are both divine. They are made for the divine purpose, to protect the growth of the soul, of the divine here. They are holding the divine in a very safe environment. Though other forces enter and fight with us, but still we are protected. Because if that shell would not be there, when we drop our body, we don't have the shell anymore. So we become very vulnerable. All our achievements, they dissolve into the mental, vital realms. All our thoughts, desires, realizations, feelings, emotions, they become food for those regions. And we as soul extract from all of that and go away. But when we come back, again, the shell is built. And again, it protects us from the damages of these forces. Only with our permission or our stupidity, we allow them to come and to possess us. And our body is damaged by these forces tremendously because they don't want this body to be the servant of a higher force. So they bring all bad habits into the body. Sugar, I'm speaking about myself, chocolate. Yesterday night I ate so much sugar I thought I will die. I don't know why. Maybe it was 24th of November. I decided to celebrate. So stupid. I tell myself, you're stupid. But there is...
Your mixture of satisfactions.
Clings to the absolute satisfaction. Yeah, something of the kind. Well,
we all do that, Vladimir. Don't feel bad.
No,
we're all in the same boat.
I guess so.
We all do that. Don't feel bad.
Thank you for your support.
And there is a yoga teacher who's a devotee, and if you're attending her yoga class, this is many years ago, and you say, can I please have one chocolate chip cookie? She says, yes, have cucumber. So can I have half chocolate chip cookie? Yes, have cucumber with black salt. So just telling you, have the cookies and then have a cucumber with black salt. just to balance all the satisfactions.
Good. You know, Ramakrishna had an excuse also. He loved chocolate. And he had an excuse that chocolate was for him to come out of samadhi. So, because otherwise he had nothing to come to, only chocolate. He in samadhi he remember, okay, chocolate is waiting for me. So right, okay, we can stop here for today. This pramati, anumati, and sammati I want to speak about. Maybe next time we will touch these three major movements of our consciousness. Aspiration, pramati, anumati, grace, or the sanction which comes to the call, and sammati is complete realization of these two. So whenever we meet pramati, it will be always this intention forward, aspiration. All right, I will close with the mantra. Om. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santo niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shri Guru Hari Om. Hari Om.